Hello, Barcelona family. Like and subscribe to the channel to know everything about Barcelona. In this video, we will discuss some huge news concerning Barcelona, but before that, we need to address some very important topics regarding our beloved club. Let's start with the first one. Barcelona is ready to make a masterstroke in the transfer market amidst meticulous planning to strengthen its squad for an exciting new phase under the direction of Hansi Flick. All eyes are on William Saliba, the French central defender from Arsenal, who has become the main target of the Catalan club to bolster its defense, especially after the imminent departure of a key figure in the team. What makes this operation epic is not just his immense talent or his ideal profile for Barcelona's style, but also the player's own desire to become an active part of this new sporting project being prepared in the city of Barcelona. Saliba, at just 24 years old, has earned recognition across Europe as one of the most complete and promising defenders of the moment. His ability to anticipate plays, his physical strength, tactical intelligence, and elegance in playing the ball out from the back make him a coveted piece. But what makes him even more attractive to Barcelona is his personality. Saliba is not a conformist player. He wants more, seeks more demanding challenges, wants to compete for important titles every season, and aspires to be part of a team where offensive and possession football is the central axis. He finds all this in Flick's Barcelona. From the player's entourage, it has been hinted that the Blaugrana option is the one that seduces him the most. Arsenal, aware of this, has tried to react quickly by preparing a renewal offer that seeks to secure the central defender and distance the interest of the big European clubs. However, the sporting management of the London team knows that the players will be decisive, and Saliba, today, has his mind set on taking a step forward in his career, a step that brings him closer to the Olympus of football, and this can only be achieved in a club like Barcelona, where history, identity, and ambition combine with a unique style of play that seduces even the most demanding. At Camp Nou, this operation is seen as a priority, not only because Saliba would immediately fill an important position in the defense, but also because his arrival would substantially raise the competitive level of the team. Flick, who has already begun to define the guidelines of his project, sees in the Frenchman the ideal central defender to lead his defense, a sober player who does not need frills to impose respect, but who, at the same time, perfectly embodies what it means to play out from the back with criteria, a fundamental quality in the Blaugrana playing model. Furthermore, the recruitment of Saliba would represent a clear statement of intent after seasons with ups and downs and moments of reconstruction. Barcelona is ready to return to the European elite with a solid, exciting, and competitive project, and what better way to demonstrate this ambition than by incorporating one of the best young defenders in the world? This is not a bet on the future, but an immediate reinforcement that would guarantee security, leadership, and character in every match. The player, for his part, sees in Barcelona not only a sporting improvement but also a unique opportunity to grow within a football culture that values associative play, tactical intelligence, and commitment to excellence. Saliba is not an ordinary defender. He is a silent leader, a professional who speaks through his actions, adapts to the most demanding matches, and does not back down under pressure. In the Camp Nou environment, with a renewed and ambitious team, he could become one of the references of the new Blaugrana era. Economically, Barcelona is studying creative formulas to address the recruitment. The operation, although costly, is considered strategic, and when an incorporation has structural value within the team, the effort is worth it. Relations with Arsenal are cordial, which could facilitate negotiations if the player clearly expresses his intention to join Barcelona. The English club, although it does not want to part with its star defender, knows that keeping a footballer who has already made a decision could end up being counterproductive. But beyond the contractual and economic context, what should excite the Blaugrana fans is the real possibility of seeing Saliba wear the Blaugrana jersey. This is a recruitment that responds to a clear and coherent sporting logic, aligns with the club's style and philosophy, and promises to bring defensive solidity, international experience, and leadership from the first minute. Flick needs players who understand his work model, and Saliba fits perfectly into this vision. And he fits not only on a football level but also emotionally. Saliba is a recruitment that could bring back the illusion to a public that is shown to be patient but also demanding. At a time when the team is taking solid steps to return to compete with the best, the arrival of the French central defender would be an injection of optimism, proof that the club is not settling for what is fair but aims for everything. The fans need to dream again of a solid, reliable, and protagonistic defense, and Saliba can be that pillar that supports a team aiming high. In short, the possible arrival of William Saliba at Barcelona represents a golden opportunity for talent, profile, ambition, and mutual desire. All the pieces of the puzzle fit. Flick wants him, the management considers him key, the player wants to take the leap, and the fans, without a doubt, would welcome with open arms a defender who can mark an era. This is the ideal moment to make an incorporation that not only fills a need but also marks a before and after. And now, the question goes directly to you, the Blaugrana fans. What do you think of the possible recruitment of William Saliba? Do you think he is the ideal central defender to lead Barcelona's defense under the command of Hansi Flick? Does the idea of seeing a young leader with talent and a hunger for glory in the Blaugrana defense excite you? On our part, we have no doubt. Saliba is the central defender that this new project needs, because Barcelona cannot look back. It must look forward with determination and do so with players who represent the values and style that have always made us great. Visca el Barça and let Saliba come, because the future is built today with firm decisions, pure talent, and intact ambition, because when Camp Nou does not roar, it needs leaders who respond, and William Saliba is ready to take that step and make history with us. The second piece of news concerns a very important decision for our club. The name Franco Mastantuono is beginning to resonate with unusual strength in the Blaugrana sphere, and it's not without reason. The young Argentine midfielder, aged just 17, has become one of the great sensations of South American football, and his emergence into the elite has not gone unnoticed in Barcelona's offices. From the city of Barcelona, they are closely following each of his moves at River Plate, aware that they are facing an opportunity that cannot be allowed to slip away. The Catalan club, in the midst of sporting reconstruction under the direction of Hansi Flick, sees in Mastantuono a key piece in the machinery of the future, a footballer who embodies all the values that have made this institution great: talent, intelligence, humility, and vision of the game. What is most exciting in this case is that the interest is not one-sided. The player's entourage has clearly indicated that Barcelona is Franco's priority at a time when South American prospects tend to opt for the more economically advantageous options. That a talent like his places Barcelona above the rest speaks of an unusual sporting maturity for his age. The club's football project, the presence of Flick, and the Blaugrana culture have completely seduced the young Argentine, and when there is a coincidence between the club's desire and the player's will, the path, although difficult, becomes much more viable. Mastantuono is a left-footed midfielder with overflowing creative ability. His way of interpreting the game, moving between the lines, and connecting with his teammates with precise and sometimes unpredictable passes has caught the attention of Barcelona's technicians for months. His performance at River has not been ephemeral. Despite his youth, he has taken on the responsibility of leading the midfield of one of the greatest clubs on the continent, playing high-demand matches with an overwhelming personality. It is difficult to find a profile on the market with such projection and who, moreover, fits so well with the Blaugrana philosophy. In Barcelona, this is all anyone is talking about. The recruitment of Mastantuono could be the masterstroke of the summer. The sports management, led by professionals who understand the need to rejuvenate and revitalize the team, has set the machine in motion to conclude as soon as possible an operation that could mark the beginning of a new golden era. Flick, for his part, has already given his green light. The German technician, who has been very clear about his desire to build a team based on young talent and tactical discipline, considers that Franco would fit perfectly into his scheme. The player's release clause, of €45 million, is not an insurmountable obstacle for Barcelona. It is a considerable sum, yes, but well below the value he could reach in just a few seasons if he continues his progression. The club is evaluating different formulas to carry out the operation without compromising its financial stability, ranging from staggered payments to the inclusion of variables based on objectives. Furthermore, the player's desire to play at Camp Nou could be decisive in convincing River to facilitate his exit on reasonable terms. Barcelona's interest in Franco is not an improvisation. There has been detailed monitoring for more than a year, with technical reports highlighting not only his ability with the ball but also his work ethic, silent leadership, and winning mentality. He is a player who, despite his youth, has already shown that he is ready for greater challenges. Adapting to Europe is always a demanding process, but the Barcelona environment is ideal for facilitating this transition. Here, talent is valued, the young are protected, and space is given to grow without haste but with ambition. Unlike other major European clubs that have also shown interest, such as Real Madrid or Liverpool, Barcelona has a differential argument: its style of play. Franco grew up watching Barcelona dominate the world with its associative football, with creative and technical midfielders as the axes of the system. For a player like him, whose game is based on reading, passing, and tactical intelligence, integrating into this model is not a challenge but a natural evolution. It is no coincidence that Mastantuono has expressed his preference for the Blaugrana club. It is simply the place where he can best exploit his potential. Of course, concluding the operation will not be easy. River is a club that knows how to sell well, knows the value of its gems, and will not let Franco go for less than what it considers fair. But Barcelona has already shown in the past that when it seriously pursues an objective, it achieves it, and everything indicates that this time it is very serious. Conversations with the players' entourage have already begun, and work is being done to establish a negotiation framework with the Argentine club. The optimism in the Camp Nou offices is moderate but firm. From a strategic point of view, Mastantuono's arrival would have a positive impact on several levels. Sportingly, of course, it would add immediate talent and strengthen Flick's idea of building a dynamic, vertical team capable of dominating the game from midfield. But also at the institutional level, the recruitment would send a clear message to the football world. Barcelona remains a reference for young talents, a club where quality football is bet on, where player development is a priority. Furthermore, it would be a symbolic blow in the eternal rivalry with Real Madrid. While in the capital, they talk about millionaire recruitment revolutions without clear direction, in Barcelona, they work calmly, with planning, betting on players who want to come, who understand the jersey, and who dream of making history at Camp Nou. If Franco ultimately chooses Barcelona over Madrid, it will be a victory that goes beyond the transfer market, proof that there are still footballers who value football above marketing. And now, we want to hear from you, the Cules. What do you think of this bet? Do you agree that the club should give its all to bring Franco Mastantuono? Does the idea of imagining him wearing the Blaugrana jersey, growing match after match under the orders of Hansi Flick, being part of this new Barcelona that is beginning to take shape with excitement, thrill you? On our part, we are clear. Recruiting him would be a strategic, coherent, and absolutely brilliant move. The history of Barcelona is written by players who have understood the game from intelligence, class, and commitment. Franco Mastantuono has all the qualities to become one of them. Let the spotlights of flashy operations not blind us. The true gold is to detect in time those who are called to mark an era, and Franco, without a doubt, is one of them. The third piece of news concerns the historic recruitment that Madrid is preparing. Barcelona finds itself at a crucial moment in its process of sporting reconstruction, a stage where every recruitment decision can mark a before and after in the project led by Hansi Flick. After the arrival of the German coach, the sports management has focused on defining a squad that recovers the historical values of the club, but with competitiveness adapted to modern football. In this scenario, a name emerges that excites both the technical staff and the fans. Vitinha, the Portuguese midfielder from Paris Saint-Germain, is Barcelona's great hope to strengthen the midfield, and what is most exciting is that the player has already expressed his desire to wear the Blaugrana jersey. This is a move that could mark a milestone in the transfer market this summer and become the symbol of the new Cule project. The figure of Vitinha is not new to connoisseurs of European football. From his emergence at Porto to his consolidation at PSG, the Lusitanian midfielder has shown constant growth in all aspects of the game. His tactical intelligence, his ability to move between the lines, his talent for distributing the ball with surgical precision, and his defensive commitment make him an absolutely ideal profile for the style of play proposed by Barcelona. It is no coincidence that Hansi Flick, known for his tactical demands and preference for complete and versatile players, has given the green light to the recruitment and signaled it as an absolute priority for this summer. Barcelona's interest in Vitinha is not circumstantial nor the result of improvisation, but the outcome of an in-depth analysis, a sporting conviction born from the certainty that the Portuguese can be one of the cornerstones of the new Blaugrana midfield. Flick wants to build a team that dominates matches through possession, is aggressive in pressing after losing the ball, and knows how to manage the rhythms of the game. For this, he needs players with technical vision and the ability to read the game as if they had an X-ray of the field. Vitinha fully meets all these criteria, and his recruitment would represent a giant step towards this footballing idea that so identifies with Barca. What makes this operation even more special is that it's not just Barcelona that wants Vitinha, but the player also wants Barcelona. According to sources close to his entourage, Vitinha is enthusiastic about the possibility of landing at Camp Nou and being part of a project that not only guarantees him a leading role but also the possibility of developing in an ideal footballing ecosystem for his style. Unlike other clubs that have also inquired about him, such as Real Madrid or several Premier League teams, the Portuguese sees in Barcelona a place where he can grow as a footballer and, at the same time, contribute to bringing the team back to the European elite. His commitment to positional play and his admiration for the Blaugrana philosophy are factors that play in favor of the Catalan club. The player's desire to join Barcelona is a very important asset in any negotiation, and even more so when it comes to a club like PSG, which is not precisely known for facilitating the departures of its footballers. The release fee set by the Parisian club is around 130 million euros, a sum that is out of reach for any logical operation in the current market. However, from the city of Barcelona, they trust that the pressure from Vitinha himself and the mediation of his agent, Jorge Mendes, can soften the conditions of the transfer. Mendes maintains a fluid relationship with Barcelona's sports management and is actively working to bring the positions closer to PSG, which, for now, is showing itself to be inflexible but not immune to the player's will. It should be taken into account that Barcelona is not only betting on Vitinha as a simple reinforcement, but sees him as a figure who can mark an era, who can lead a new sporting cycle and become a reference both on and off the field. His calm personality, tactical discipline, and low profile make him an ideal footballer to build a solid and lasting backbone. This is not a media recruitment nor a risky bet, but a calculated operation, well studied, with strong sporting arguments and with the approval of the new coach, who has followed him closely during his years in the Bundesliga and the Champions League. The arrival of Vitinha would also represent an important symbolic blow in the media battle with Real Madrid. The White Club had shown interest in the Portuguese as an option to strengthen its midfield in the new project that Xavi Alonso will lead, but it has come up against an insurmountable obstacle: the player's refusal to consider any offers other than those from Barcelona. This decision not only enhances the image of the Catalan club as the preferred destination for emerging talents in European football, but also shows that, when the project is solid and the message coherent, Barcelona continues to have an appeal superior to that of its eternal rival, even without the media and economic machinery that Madrid usually mobilizes. From a tactical point of view, Vitinha can offer a total solution to many of the deficiencies that the team has shown in recent seasons. His ability to provide constant passing lines, his precision in short and long passes, his ease in turning under pressure, and his physical deployment make him a valuable tool both for attacking and defending. He is the type of player who makes his teammates better, who gives meaning to collective play, and who always makes intelligent decisions. A midfielder with the soul of an interior or an interior with the sense of a pivot, depending on the system and the moment of the match. His versatility allows for multiple variants, something that fits perfectly into the mentality of Hansi Flick, who highly values players capable of adapting to different contexts. And now, let's turn to the fans. What do you think of this possible incorporation, the Cules? Does the idea of seeing Vitinha with the Blaugrana jersey, dominating matches from midfield and bringing balance to the team, excite you? On our part, the answer is a resounding yes. This is the type of recruitment that immediately raises the level of the team, improves internal competitiveness, and represents the model of footballer that has made this club great. It is no coincidence that the great cycles of success at Barcelona have always had midfielders of this profile: intelligent, technical, committed. Vitinha, moreover, embodies values that have always been very present in the club's history: humility, teamwork, respect for the game. He does not come to be a star, he comes to be part of a collective. He does not seek to shine by himself, but to make the team shine, and that, in a football that is increasingly individualistic and dehumanized, has an invaluable value. Leave us your opinion in the comments.